checklist. Miss Blue doesn't have this checklist. And Melissa, do you have this checklist? Because I believe I sent out the link where you can get this checklist, where you can get the checklist in your email. Excuse me. So who receives my email, right? Because I send out emails usually every Mondays, but sometimes I might send out more than one email per week if I have stuff going on, such as today's live session. Okay, so Melissa received the checklist. Okay, so let me see if I can quickly. So if you ladies receive my email, just go in your email. The link should be there somehow. If it's not, then you can just go on coilsandglory.com/challenge, right? Coilsandglory.com, coilsandglory.com/challenge, right? And then a page will pop up. You give me your name and email address, and then I can send the checklist to you, right? So you can just go and grab that checklist while I go through the 6 main reasons why you have it right here. Or if not, you can always just, just take notes on your notepad, right? And then this, you can print this off, or you can grab this later on, right? Okay. So that's the second thing I'm going to be going over, the natural hair checklist. And even though it says newbie, we'll just ignore that part, right? Because it's for everybody. And then the third thing I want to go over is to go over how we're actually going to be achieving moisture retention. Because right now my hair feels kind of dry. Even though this morning it felt awesome. So the third thing I want to go over will be this 30 days sample blueprint. So I created this about 4 years ago or so. 3 or 4 years ago, right? But it is still valid, right? So we're going to be going over this, and again, I'll put the link later on where you can go and grab this, right? Because this you probably need to post it on your wall or create your own, right? Because remember, in the email I said we're going to be creating our own individual regimen. And then finally, I'm going to be taking your questions. So if you ladies have any questions, just maybe write it down somewhere. So during Q&As, I will answer those questions. Okay, so 6 main reasons. Now, before I actually get into the reasons, right, because I think I sent out the link in my Facebook group, but can anybody tell me maybe one main reason why you think your natural hair often feels dry, right? So just type in the comment section, right? So why do you think your natural hair is always dry, whereas when you had relaxed hair, it was easy peasy, right? So just type it in the comment section to let me know why, right? So one main reason why you think your natural hair often feels dry. So I'm gonna wait for you ladies to type that in the comment section while I get the link to the regimen. Okay, so Melissa can figure out the reason or how to give it moisture. So meaning you probably don't know why your natural hair feels dry, right? Okay, so who else can tell me, right, one main reason why your natural hair often feels dry? Now, for some of you, you can probably cheat because I actually have like a whole blog post about this on the blog. So, okay, so let me just get right into this because I don't want to go over the 1 hour mark. Okay, so I'm gonna go over all 6 reasons first, and then, excuse me. Okay, not having moisture products such as TGIN. Oh yeah, you know what? For some reason, I've never tried that brand, but it's on my list of brands to try. Okay, yeah. So that is awesome. Akin Kugbe, Miss Blue. Okay, I'm just gonna read out the 6 main reasons, and I hope you ladies are gonna be taking note. Or if not, I actually have a blog post about this, right? Titled 6 main reasons. You can just search for it on my blog and then it'll come up. So the first reason is that you are using the wrong hair product, right? You are using the wrong hair product. And I did a video on this. I shot it on my iPhone, but I never uploaded it on my Facebook group. So now it's in my iCloud. So for some reason I can't upload it on my Facebook group until I go and grab that video from my iCloud. Because yesterday I used a product that I knew is not right for my hair, but it's a popular product. It was quite expensive and it smells nice, and I just love the branding and the packaging and everything about this product. So I really didn't want to give up on it, but I think after maybe my first time of using it during different seasons, I think it's better for me to just give it away to somebody else that might like it because it's a really popular brand, right? So number one reason, you are using the wrong hair product. So if you ladies are listening and actually engaging with me full time, type in the comment section what the first reason is. So just type in the comment section what the first reason is. Now, the second reason is that you're using too many products, which I mean, having natural hair with so many brands out there and brands coming up with new lines and new products, sometimes it's hard to just focus, right? It's very easy to have ADD when it comes to natural hair, because I'm guilty of that as well. We go to the store and there's a new product, it looks shiny, it looks nice, we grab it, and then we have a whole cupboard or shelf full of a whole bunch of products, right? So again, type in the comment section what the second reason is why your natural hair often feels dry. Now, the third reason is kind of funny, right? The third reason is that you're not using enough products, right? Now, I'm gonna elaborate on each point later on. So again, type it in the comment section to let me know what reason number 3 is. Now, reason number four is that you don't co-wash or refresh your hair often, right? So was it yesterday morning or this morning? Yeah, so yesterday morning I had to do a co-wash because my hair felt too dry and there was no point for me to keep doing the lock method, right? It's just better for me to just go wash off the previous products and just start all over again, right? So sometimes I will do a co-wash rather than a full cleanse, right? For that reason, right? So you probably don't co-wash your hair often or refresh your hair often. Now that's reason number 4. Reason number 5, you leave your natural hair out loose. So you notice right now my hair, it's in some sort of an ugly flat twist, right? Because I just wanted to put my hair away somehow. I didn't really care too much about how it looked, right? So, so you leave your hair out loose, right? So about 2 days ago, so because yesterday I did a co-wash, but 2 days ago I moisturized my hair, but I left it sort of in an afro, and by the evening my hair felt very dry and very stiff, right? Which was the reason why I had to do a co-wash the following morning. And the sixth reason, right? The sixth reason is that you're lazy, right? You're lazy or you don't have a regimen, right? Because sometimes you can have a regimen, but you don't follow it. Thank you, Angela. Yeah, so sometimes you can have a regimen, you don't follow it. So let's stick with you don't have a regimen, right? But you also need to make sure you work your regimen as well, right? Because you can have this piece of paper and not use it just because you don't feel like doing what's on there, right? So now that's reason number 6. So let me quickly go through each point in more detail. So reason number 1, this is probably the key and probably if I have to choose one reason out of the 20 reasons which I talk about in my premium program, which later on during the month we will talk about the premium program, but if I have to choose just one out of these 6 reasons or the 20 reasons that I have in my premium program, it'll be the fact that you're using the wrong products, period, right? So you're probably wondering, okay, so how do I know what is the right product or how do I know what is the wrong product, right? So the wrong product will give you the opposite result of what you're looking for, right? Or sometimes the wrong product will not do what it says it's supposed to do, right? So for example, this product that I use, it says moisture butter, but for some reason my hair felt dry, like my hair felt dry. So obviously that was the wrong product for my hair. Now, the right hair product, right? How do I know if a product that I'm using is right for my hair? Now, it'll give you the result you're looking for in terms of moisture retention and in terms of helping and in terms of your hair health as well, right? So when you look at your hair in the mirror or in the video, it looks shiny, it looks moist, it looks hydrated, right? So and so that's how you know a product is right for your hair. So pretty much when your hair feels soft and moisturized, right? So the second reason is that you're using too many products, um, on your hair. So usually with a lot of naturals, like on wash days, we'll do, like 10 steps. We use too many things in our hair, and sometimes, products usually are formulated to work together, right? So let's say we choose the TGIM brand, right? And it's better for you to use the same product in the same from the same brand, from the same line, than, let's say, for example, for the shampoo you use Shea Moisture. For the deep conditioning treatment you use TGIN. For the leave-in you use Ali K. For the styling product you use Main Choice or something, right? And then, like you just keep bouncing back and forth from one product to the other, and you have way too many products in your hair, right? Which is again the reason why I had to do a co-wash yesterday morning, right? Because obviously I needed to wash away the previous products on my hair, because I just kept grabbing different things and I sprayed it in my hair for the day and then I walked off, right? So sometimes we use too many products, right? And then the third reason, right, like it might not be common, but for me, so for a lot of us, before going natural, we probably didn't use that many products, right? We probably just used hair grease and that was it, right? Or for some of us, maybe we would just shampoo our hair and then plait it, plait our hair and then just go out the door, right? So no deep conditioning, no leave-in conditioners, no sealant, no styling products, nothing, right? We just shampoo and that was it, right? So sometimes you need, well, not sometimes, but you always need more than one product for your hair, right? Because you need the shampoo, you need the deep conditioning treatment, you need the leave-in, you need the sealant, and sometimes depending you might need a styling product, right? So mainly 5 hair products, right? So you want to make sure that you use enough products for your hair. So it's almost like putting on makeup, right? So for some ladies, when they put on makeup, they'll put on the concealer, the primer, the foundation, the what do you call it? Yeah, the eyeliner, eyebrows, and all this other stuff, right? And then at the end of the day, like they look so beautiful, right? I mean, and that's because they use every product that they're supposed to put on their face, right? On their their faces. Okay, so and the fourth reason, right? So we have two more reasons. The first reason is that you probably don't co-wash your hair often, right? So let's say, for example, you wash your hair, say on a Sunday, right? And then let's say by Wednesday your hair feels really dry. I mean really dry. Like you tried everything you could possibly try, but your hair feels really dry, right? So what you should do actually is you just do a co-wash. And a co-wash is simply when you just use conditioners, like a regular conditioner to wash your hair. So I'm gonna go over when I go over the checklist, and I'll show you exactly what products you need for those 30 days regimen. So, and the fifth reason is that you probably wear your hair out loose too often, right? So for me personally, so wash days usually happen on Sunday evenings, and then from Sunday evenings to Friday, my hair usually it's in some sort of a two-strand twist, right? Because then your hair can hold on to moisture much longer. But if it's like in a afro or loose hairstyle or whatever, particularly now that it's really cold in North America, or at least in Canada and parts of the States and even parts of Europe as well, right? So it's better for you to actually to actually, leave your hair in some sort of a style that can help moisture, that can help it to hold moisture in longer, right? So for example, right, let's say you wash your hair, right, and then right after that you twist your hair. So let's say you part your hair into two, right? So one side you twist, and then the other side you just leave out, like just out, like in an afro, right? Now, what side you think is gonna get dry faster? The loose side or the twisted side, right? So obviously the loose side will dry out faster, right? Because obviously, it'll moisture will evaporate much quicker uh, from your hair, right? So it's always better to just wear two strands to it. So at least that way moisture can stay in your hair for as long as possible, pretty much. Okay, and then the sixth reason and the final reason is that you probably don't have a regimen in place, or you're lazy when it comes to taking care of your hair. And trust me, if you have the type of hair that I have, it'll be very easy to be lazy with your hair, right? Because my hair takes a long time because you need to section it. If not, it's gonna get tangled, and it takes longer to detangle and everything. So usually, like, I don't do much to my hair, and also my hair breaks easily as well. So I usually don't do much to my hair compared to what other people would do to the hair. All right, so that explains four main reasons why your hair often feels dry. So you're using too many, you're not using the right product, you're using the wrong product. You use too many products, you don't use enough product. You do not co-wash your hair often. You leave your hair out loose too often, right? Now it's okay to wear like an afro, like on a weekend, two times out of, twice a week, right? And the final reason is that you probably aren't spending enough time on your hair, right? Okay, so any question about what I just talked about? Because now we've covered the first part of tonight's webinar, and I'm gonna go over the second item on today's list, which is the checklist. So do you guys have the checklist by now? Because I just told you how to grab the checklist, which is, should be in your email, in your inbox, or you can go on coilsandglory.com/checklist. I mean, coilsandglory.com/challenge. And then you can sign up to receive one. Okay, so who is still here and who is still engaging with me? So just tap on the thumbs up, or thumb up actually, because it's only one. So tap on the thumb up, so I know you guys are actually still watching and engaging. Hi Melissa. Okay, great. So you ladies are still here. So I'm just gonna go over the checklist, and if you downloaded it, if you have it already, which I believe Melissa has it. Okay, so Miss Blue is still here and Samantha is still here. So I'm just gonna go over it. So like, let's say you've been natural for a while, then you probably know how to use this product and tools. You probably know how and when to use them, right? But if you're not too familiar with that, some of them, then I'll just go over why I chose these products, right? Hi Dora. All right. Okay, so the first item on the list is a sulfate-free shampoo, right? So the reason why I chose sulfate-free shampoos is because I know some ladies are on Team Co-Wash, they never use conditioners. I mean, they never use shampoos, but I personally always use shampoos because my scalp gets very dry and flaky, so I need something to cleanse my scalp, right? So we need a sulfate-free shampoo for that. Now, depending on where you're at, sometimes it can be hard, or sometimes it can be expensive, right, to get sulfate-free shampoos, and then that's when you can use regular shampoos. But you want to make sure that, obviously, maybe instead of using the shampoos every week, maybe you might need to use it twice a month or just once a month, right? But I think these days sulfate-free shampoos are so abundant these days. You can get them from pretty much anywhere, and they're even much cheaper and not too much they're actually not as expensive. They're not that like as expensive as they used to be before, right? So sometimes it's only maybe a few dollars more than the regular shampoos. And the thing is, with natural hair, really, like a bottle of shampoo can last you 3 months, whereas a bottle of conditioner might only last you 1 month, right? So usually shampoos, even though you spend $2 more on it, it'll last you for ages, right? Because obviously you're not gonna use as much, right? Now, for a list of sulfur-free shampoos, so one thing I want to mention is that, hi, Discovery Natural, thank you for joining me live. Okay, so one thing I want to mention is that if you already have all these products, then there's no need to actually go out and buy more, right? Like, I just want to go over what I have on my list, how to use them, and why we need them, and how often we're going to be using them, right? So if you already have a sulfur-free shampoo that works for you, so you can just click check, right? So there's no need to go out and buy more, right? But just in case you're looking for a recommendation, I actually have blog posts on top 5 products, so top 5 sulfate-free shampoos, top 5 moisturizing deep conditioners, top 5 protein deep conditioners, right? And they're top 5 because they're very popular, right? It doesn't mean I've used any one of them, but just top 5 because they're very popular in the natural hair community, right? So if you have the sulfate-free shampoo, you just check it out, and then the next item is moisturizing deep conditioning treatment, right? So this is what we're gonna be using after shampooing our hair, and pretty much every single week we're gonna be using the moisturizing deep conditioning treatment because we need more moisture in our hair. And then the third, so again, if you have a product that you're currently using that's awesome, that's great, again, just click check, right? So there's no need to go and buy, a new product. And then the third item is the protein deep conditioning treatment, right? So now protein, it's also important because, and usually for some naturals, or for me, for example, like I'll alternate, right? So 1 week I might use a moisturizing deep conditioning treatment, and then the following week I'll switch and then I'll use a protein deep conditioning treatment. And the reason why we use protein is just to maintain the protein level in our hair, because one thing is that our hair, right, they're actually made up of protein bonds, right? And sometimes when we wash our hair, when we comb it, when we twist it, when we detangle it, we actually mess up with the protein bonds in our hair, right? Sometimes we lose some proteins, right? So, and sometimes our hair will feel weak as a result of that and feel more dry, right? But when our hair has enough protein, they call it protein and moisture balance, right? Enough protein and moisture balance, particularly enough protein, then when you moisturize your hair can hold on to moisture much longer, right? But if your hair is lacking the protein, even though you moisturize your hair every day, or you use a deep, moisturizing deep conditioning treatment every single, every other day or every day, and your hair still feels dry, it might be sometimes because your hair might need a boost of protein, right? So that's why we use proteins. But most times, I would recommend, the moisturizing deep conditioning treatment, because a lot of these products might have some level of protein in them, right? So if your hair feels really dry, really tough, then I would say just focus on the moisturizing deep conditioning treatment. There's somebody walking behind me. Okay. All right, so and then the next item on the list is the moisturizing again, right? Moisturizing leave-in conditioner, and this is actually very important. Oh no, I skipped one. So the next item is the regular conditioner, right? Now this is the conditioner we're gonna be using to co-wash our hair, right? So remember I said that yesterday morning I had to co-wash my hair because my hair felt too dry. It wasn't gonna take in any more moisture, so I had to wash it out, right? So I would use just a regular conditioner. Usually they're very cheap, and they're usually very liquidy, like they're not as thick as a deep conditioning treatment. Now, like I'm filming this in an office, so I couldn't bring all my products, right? But usually the regular conditioners will be quite cheap, and and not as thick as the deep conditioning treatment, right? And usually just put it in your hair, wash your hair, and then you rinse it out. But the deep conditioning treatment, you put it in your hair, you leave it in for about maybe 20 minutes, and then you will wash it out, right? So, and then after that, you will need a moisturizing leave-in conditioner. Now, this is extremely important, like extremely important, right? Probably the most important hair product you need ever, the most important hair product. And why? Why is that? Because it's a leave-in, meaning you're gonna leave it in your hair, right? Because the shampoo you're gonna wash out, the conditioner you're gonna wash out, but the leave-in will stay in your hair. It's almost like body lotion, right? Because when you shower and then after showering you dry your skin and then you will put on lotion, right? And then sometimes, for some reason, sometimes what I would do, because in the mornings I get distracted, I'm, rushing. Sometimes I would cream one foot, right, one foot, and then I will leave the other foot like unmoisturized, because sometimes I start creaming my body and then I remember, oh, I should probably go do this, and then I go do that, and then I completely forget to cream the other foot, and guess what happens? One foot looks good and then the other foot looks ashy. Right? Like I've done that many times now, right? So yeah, because it's the only part, one of the three products that stays on, like, in your hair, right? So you want to make sure that you get a really good moisturizing leave-in conditioner, right? For me right now, like, I'm always shopping for leave-in conditioners, always shopping for leave-in conditioners, because most leave-in conditioners I've tried, they might work the first time or second time, and after that, that's it. Like, I have to keep shopping, right? So we need a moisturizing leave-in conditioner, because this can either make or break your hair, right? So right now, like, if you have a leave-in conditioner that works, right, again, click check. If not, I have a blog post on top 5, again, top 5 leave-in conditioners. You can check out on the blog, or yeah, so so you can go get one if you currently do not have a really good leave-in conditioner, right? And then the next few items are coconut oil, olive oil, castor oil, and jojoba oil, right? So the coconut oil, for some ladies, particularly now in the winter time, it might not work as well. For some ladies, it leaves the hair feel a bit hard. For some ladies, it's awesome. For me, I love coconut oil. And then olive oil. So olive oil and coconut oil are very cheap. You can get them from anywhere, from the grocery store, from pretty much from Walmart or anywhere, right? And castor oil as well. Castor oils are a bit affordable. And castor oil, I love using castor oil on my scalp and also on my hair as well, right? But most times though, I would dilute it, right? So most times I will mix all 4 products. So I will mix well, maybe not the coconut oil because it becomes solid, but most times I will mix the olive oil with the castor oil and the jojoba oil, and I will just apply the oil blend on my scalp, or sometimes on my hair, right? So you can either choose one or you can choose all 4, right? It doesn't really matter. And then the next item is aloe vera juice, right? So this is probably optional. You don't have to get this one, aloe vera juice. So aloe vera juice, it's almost like coconut water, right? Because you know how they say, like, if you're thirsty or dehydrated, then you should drink coconut water because it helps to hydrate your body from the inside, right? Now, aloe vera juice does something very similar as well, right? Like, it hydrates your hair and it actually opens up. Oh, and it actually closes the cuticle area, right? So for me, I love using aloe vera juice, but I don't have one right now, so that's why, like, you don't have to use it. You can just use regular water. But if you can access aloe vera juice, or sometimes some people would use aloe vera gel, right? Aloe vera gel, right? So, and aloe vera juice, how do you use it? Usually, I will just pour it in my spray bottle, right? So, and it's on the other column. So usually, I will just pour the aloe vera juice in my spray bottle. Sometimes I'll mix it with my oil and glycerin sometimes, and then I will just spray it in my hair, and that will be the L of the lock method, right? Now I'm going to be going over the lock method very shortly, right? And then the next item is a shea butter. Now, for most of us, we probably have shea butter, and most times again, it's to seal our hair, especially in the winter time, right? Especially in the winter time. Or sometimes a lot of ladies, including myself, will actually use shea butter to twist our hair, right? So, but rather than just using the regular shea butter though, right? So one thing that I love to do is to whip, right, my shea butter with coconut oil because I love coconut oil. Coconut oil, you can mix it, whip it with castor oil. You can whip it with glycerin. You can whip it with other oils. So it's more fluffy and it's not so thick, right? That it weighs your hair down, right? So you want to make sure you whip it, so it's fluffy and it's light and it's easier to use as well, and it smells nicer as well. Okay, so now let's talk about tools. So that's pretty much it for the product. We have a few more on the other side, but let's talk about the hair tools now because it's one thing to have great hair products. It's another thing to have great hair tools as well, right? Because we need both product and tools. So let's talk about so the first tool on here is a rat tail comb. Now, a rat tail comb, it's mainly for you to part your hair, just for you to part your hair only, not so much for the combing side, right? Because obviously our natural hair does not like like very tiny combs. Our hair loves huge combs, right? And then the next item, so that would be our um, bobby pins, right? So right now, like I have two bobby pins, like on the back of my hair, right? So it's just to hold your hair in place. That's it. And actually, let me go over the tools, and then I'll come back to the product. And then we need a detangling comb, right? So for some ladies, they will just use their fingers, right? But lately, my hair has been getting really, really tangled in the last year and a half, actually 2 years now, right? So now I make sure that at least once a month I would use a comb to detangle my hair. So I did a quick live video on my Instagram page about 3 nights ago when I put down my braids, right? So I actually used a comb this time around to comb each section of each braids, right? It's section section. And then the next tool will be a head wrap. So right now it's very cold in many parts of the world, right? So rather than putting on a wig or even braiding your hair, some ladies prefer to just wear a head wrap, right? So you can either wear this head wrap out, or you can just wear a scarf, like a head scarf, and you wear it to bed. And then the next item will be just our hair ties, right? Again, it's just so if your hair is long enough, it'll be to hold your hair in place in the bun, depending on how you want to wear that hairstyle. And then the next item will be butterfly clips, right? So usually, yeah, yesterday morning when I could wash my hair, the reason why it took a bit longer was because I had to wash each section, right? So I had about maybe 6 sections, and I will clip them, right, with my clips, right? I will clip my hair with the butterfly clips, right? So the butterfly clips, again, is mainly for wash days or for you to style your hair. So let's say you need to twist your hair or whatever, then you will just use the butterfly clip to hold your hair in place. And then the next tool I want to talk about, and then I'll come back to the product, is a spray bottle, right? So it's a spray bottle, so that's where you're gonna mix your aloe vera juice with the glycerin, or that's where you're gonna mix your lock product, LOC, right? When I go over the regimen, then I'll explain how I use my spray bottle, but it's pretty much for the same reason. And then the next tool is an applicator bottle, right? Applicator bottle. So I usually use mine for in two ways, right? So most times I'll have two, right? Two applicator bottles. So one is the most popular method, which is for our oil blend, right? So in the first column I listed 4 oils, right? And then usually I will mix all those oils with my tea tree oil and peppermint oil, and that will be my scalp oil, right? So I will just oil my scalp, because it's easier to oil your scalp that way, right? So an applicator bottle, it looks like a ketchup bottle, right? And you can actually get it from the dollar store. And my friend Discovery Natural has like a special uh, nozzle that I believe she bought from Amazon. So you just put it on top of the applicator bottle, and you can apply oil on your scalp much faster than the regular one. And the second way that I use the um, applicator bottle is to shampoo my scalp, right? So usually most times shampoos will come like in a bottle, and you have to grab the bottle. You pour the products like in your palms. You do this, and then the products are pretty much on your palms, right? But you need the product most times on your fingers, right? So you can actually wash your scalp, right? So for me, what I what I started doing about a year now is to just pour some shampoo in my applicator bottle, and I'll pour water, and then I will shake it, right? And then I'll shake it together, and then usually I would shampoo my hair like while it's dry. So right now my hair is actually dry, right? So and then I would just pour the shampoo on my scalp, and then I have a brush that I use to brush my scalp, right? So I can lift those scales, like those dead skin cells, right? Because if I just use my put the product in my hands, excuse me, if I just put the products in my hands, then most times I'll use more products than I actually need, right? So the applicator bottle actually helps me to save on shampoos, and it also makes sure my scalp gets cleansed, right? Roots only applicator bottle. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so the nozzle, it's called roots only applicator bottle. So you guys can put it in Amazon, or after this video, I'll put the link to Discovery Naturals Amazon page where you can get that thing for your scalp. Okay, so what is it? Yeah, so the next tool will be a pair of scissors, but for this challenge, we wouldn't be using those, because this is actually for like a growth challenge, right? So yeah, so we wouldn't need the scissors, and it's mainly for to trim your hair. And also sometimes actually when I'm twisting my hair, right? Because sometimes when you're twisting your hair, sometimes some hair will break off, or some hair will shed and they will hang, right? So let's say your hair ends here, right? But you have that one piece of hair that's like dangling, right? So rather than you pulling that hair, so usually for me, what I started doing, and I'm not consistent with it, but I want to make sure that I'm consistent with it, is that every time I'm styling my hair, I always want to make sure that I have my pair of scissors, right? So I can just grab my scissors. So rather than pulling that one strand, right, I just take my scissors and I just trim it off, right? So that way, like, I don't cause much damage to my hair. And then the next two products will be your shower cap. Shower cap, obviously, to protect your hair while in the shower. And then the satin cap. So satin cap, or some ladies prefer satin pillowcase, right? But for me, I prefer the satin cap, because sometimes, like, I would just sleep flat without a pillow, right? Or sometimes, you sleep at night and then you roll around, right? And then obviously your head is not always on the pillow, right? So yeah, so I prefer the satin cap or bonnet, right? And it also helps to keep my hair in place as well, right? And then the next two tools, we don't really need them. So the mirror, the journal. So the journal, it's mainly for you to just track. Let's say you used two different products, and then it worked great for your hair. Okay, next time let's use these products together. Or let's say you use two or three different products and then they didn't really work for your hair, then okay, next time let's not use these two products, let's use them with something else, right? And then the camera. So I mentioned in the email to leave pictures. So I'm gonna have to take my picture again because my picture went into my iCloud and I couldn't grab it. So just take picture of our before, of our current hair, what it looks like right now, because that's gonna be our before on March 30th, right? Okay, so jumping back to the products that I skipped. So I skipped tea tree oil and I skipped styling products and I skipped hair gel. So hair gel, it's a type of a styling product. So again, styling products like the leave-in conditioner, it's also very important, right? Because again, it's gonna stay in your hair, right? Because sometimes I'll use a really good leave-in conditioner, but then I use a styling product that leaves my hair feeling dry, right? So sometimes some ladies will go, oh, you know, I use so many products, I use this product, my hair feels dry, right? So that's why it helps to not use too many products, because then you know what worked for your hair and what didn't work for your hair, right? So again, you want to make sure your styling product does not screw things up, right? Because, you know, because obviously that's going to be a waste of time. And the tea tree oil, and if you can add to the checklist, uh, peppermint oil, right? So peppermint oil and tea tree oil, I would mix those with my oil blend for my scalp again, right? And it's mainly for people with dry scalp, right? And then maybe every 2 days or so, then I would just, you know, apply it on my scalp, and then I would just, you know, gently massage it into my scalp. Okay, so that concludes it for this checklist. So do you ladies have any question? And again, if you don't have this checklist and you receive my emails every single Monday at 9 a.m., then you know you have the link already. If not, just go on coinsandglory.com/challenge, and then you can just, you know, give me your name and email address so you can receive a copy of this checklist, because this are the list of tools and products that we're going to be using during the challenge. So before I move on to the third part and then the Q&A, so let me just see, because I know a few of you ladies are still on here. So, so do you ladies have a question for me? Where's my water? So any question or anything before moving on to the next phase of this presentation? Why don't I have my water bottle? Okay, so any question? So again, if you're still watching me and you're actually still engaged, you're not watching TV, Netflix, Instagram, Facebook, whatnot. So just type in here, right? You can type in, you know, thumbs up, or you can type the smiley face. Okay. Okay, so discovering natural is still here. Awesome. Okay, so let me quickly move on to the sample 30-day regimen. So let me just send the link to the regimen right now. So Melissa's still here. Yeah. So this is the only resource that I haven't shared yet, and the reason is because I wanted to go grab it first. Okay. So let me just send that right now. So live stream. So you probably won't be able to see this right now, because if you're viewing this on your cell phone, then you might not be able to view this. Okay, so the 30 days regimen looks something like this, right? And let's see. Okay, so it looks like I might have to send this later on. Okay, so let me just send the link, and I think I have something else that I'll send later on, but okay, and it's actually on my Pinterest. Okay, there it is. Oh, sleepy, yeah. All right, no problem, Dora. So you can catch the replay actually, because I know for some reason there's a lot of you ladies from the Netherlands, from Spain, from the UK, which usually I have a lot of ladies watching this from the US. So maybe next time I'll have a time that works for both regions. Okay, so I'm just going to go through this really quickly. So rather than me sending updates every single week or every day or so, right, I decided it's better for everybody to have this update, and it's actually going to be up to you to put in the exact product you're going to be using, right? So the exact shampoo, the exact deep conditioners, the exact leave-in conditioner, the exact oils, the exact styling product. It's up to you to actually go, create your own personal 30-day regimen, right? But this will help you, to create your own because it's a blueprint and it's a guide, right? So we have, the columns and the rows, right? Because for those watching on the replay, you just click on the link and then you can download it, and you can either print it out so you can put it on your wall, or you can, make notes on it. So to cleanse, right? Because when I went through the checklist, right? To cleanse, I mentioned using sulfate-free shampoos, right? So cleansing every week, right? So you can either use sulfate moisturizing, right? Moisturizing sulfate-free shampoos, right? Or for some ladies, depending on what part of the world they're in, on their budget, sometimes it's way cheaper for them to use black soap, but you want to make sure you, deep condition your hair afterwards, because black soap sometimes can leave your hair feeling dry, right? And so after shampooing, right? After shampooing, cleansing your hair and particularly your scalp, right? After shampooing, you want to make sure you deep condition your hair, right? With a moisturizing deep conditioning treatment, right? Moisturizing deep conditioning treatment. And then after washing and deep conditioning, the next step will be to moisturize your hair. So now there are two ways that you can moisturize your hair, right? So the one way will be, after deep conditioning, you just grab your leave-in conditioner and you just apply it on sections of your hair, almost like putting on lotion, right? And then you can put oil on. Or some ladies will put oil first and then they will put the leave-in on top. Sometimes I do both, right? Try things out, right? So that's what you're gonna do on wash days. So you're gonna apply the leave-in conditioner, right? And then afterwards, right? Remember, right? When your hair is in some sort of a, like, if it's like, can pre-poo be done prior to shampoo? Yeah, so for some ladies, so let's say they're gonna use, it's actually in the, it's here, but I skipped it. Yeah. So for some ladies, so let's say they use sulfate shampoos or black soap, right? Then they would pre-poo. So pre-poo, it's pretty much mixing like for some ladies they would do like their own pre-poo, right? So coconut oil, honey, right? Honey and coconut oil, they would mix together and they would apply it in their hair for about 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then they would rinse out and then they would shampoo their hair. Right, so for me, sometimes I might put coconut oil in my hair overnight if I'm gonna be washing my hair in the morning, right? But sometimes I wash my hair in the evening, so I don't have the chance to do a pre-poo, right? And yeah, so we're gonna cleanse, moisturize, and then style your hair, right? So styling, mainly for most ladies, it's a two strand twist, right? Because remember, when your hair is in, if it's like in bondage sort of, right? Like if it's in two strand twist versus if it's loose, the part with the two strand twist will feel moisturized longer than the part that's out loose, right? So you want to make sure that at least your hair stays in, some sort of a protective style for maybe 70% of the time. Excuse me. Where's my water? Okay. So yeah, so that's gonna be what we would do week one. So, but then each week has what? It has 7 days. So for some ladies, they might have to moisturize their hair every evening or every morning, right? So that's this column, right? So the third column that says moisturize, it says practice the lock method, weekly, or it could be daily, it could be 2 times a week, 3 times a week, right? And so what's the lock method? So on wash days, you would just put the leave-in conditioner on your hair, right? But in between wash days, so let's say you wash your hair on Sunday, right? Now on Monday, you're gonna grab your spray bottle, right? So you're gonna grab your spray bottle, you would add your favorite moisturizing leave-in conditioner, you would add some water or aloe vera juice, and you will add your oils, right? So there you have it. So you have the liquid, which is the water, you have the oil, you have the cream, which is the leave-in conditioner, right? So me, that's what I do. I just put my lock method in the spray bottle, right? And then you shake it together, and then on the Monday you will just spray your hair with it and make sure your hair has, enough moisture. Right. And so for me, it's better for me that way than to spray my hair with water first and then put some leave-in conditioner on my hair. Apply it, put some oil, apply it. Because sometimes if your hair is in two strand twists, sometimes it gets frizzy very quickly, right? If you're always rubbing it every single day. Right. So yeah, so that's what the column is for. Right. So on Sunday, wash your hair. On Monday, you're gonna spray your hair with the spray bottle. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're gonna do the same thing. And for some ladies, including myself, on weekends I usually take it down, right? Because Sunday I'm gonna wash it again, right? So I'll take it down to play around with it. Or Sunday I might wear a fancy hairstyle. On a Saturday and then Sunday I might change up my style, right? So at least that way, like, your hair isn't always boring, right? You can still have fun with it. And then week two, right? So again, depending on your hair needs, depending on your scalp, right? Then you might just do a co-wash, to cleanse your hair, and then you will do a deep conditioning treatment, right? Or for some ladies, they need to shampoo their hair every single week, right? Like if you work out, or if you live in an environment that's dusty or smoke, or there's a lot of like smoke, or just it's a bit polluted. There's For some ladies, they might need to wash their hair every single week, right? So yes, you might either shampoo or just co-wash. Particularly if your hair feels really dry, then I would say just co-wash your hair. And then you're gonna deep condition your hair as well, because right now we need a lot of moisture, right? And then to moisturize your hair, again the same thing. So you're gonna take your leave-in conditioner that leaves your hair feeling soft, right? And then you would just grab small sections of your hair, just small sections of your hair, apply the product, and you're gonna apply the oil on your hair as well. Oil or shea butter doesn't really matter. And then again, you would style your hair with a styling cream, or some ladies we just use shea butter to style the hair, right? So here in week two, right? Because remember when I went over the checklist, I talked about using moisturizing deep conditioning treatment and a protein deep conditioning treatment, right? So for week two, right? So we're gonna use a protein deep conditioning treatment, right? Protein deep conditioning treatment, and if you don't have one, then that's okay. You can just use your moisturizing deep conditioning treatment, because some products might have some protein in it, or sometimes your styling product or your leave-in conditioner sometimes might have some protein in it. So if you don't have a protein DC, then that's okay. You can just use regular moisturizing deep conditioning treatment. And again, we're gonna do the same thing really during week 3 and week 4, right? The same thing week 3, week 4, right? All over again, right? So, but during the week though, we want to make sure we either do two things. We co-wash. So again, depending on how dry your hair feels. So let's say by Wednesday your hair feels so dry, and like it doesn't matter how often you moisturize it, it feels dry, right? So maybe on Thursday you might need to do a co-wash and just use a regular conditioner and just wash your hair, and then put the product in your hair. Or you might have to moisturize your hair every single day, right? Because it's almost like when you get sick and you go to the pharmacy or the doctor, and then the pharmacist will prescribe, because in countries like Canada, pharmacists can prescribe medicines, right? The pharmacy might prescribe medicine. So for me right now, I have a cold, then they might give me, a set of pills and go, okay, in the first 3 days, you need to take 2 tablets, right? 3 times per day. And then on the fourth day, maybe take 1 tablet 3 times a day. On the fifth day, take 2 tablets. On the sixth day, take 1 tablet, right? So that's pretty much the same approach we're gonna be applying in our hair, right? So we're just gonna go in full force, right? So let's say your wash days usually happens once a month. During this challenge, it's gonna have to happen every week if you actually want to see changes in your hair. So for me, I actually don't enjoy washing my hair because it gets tangled a lot and it breaks a lot, but my hair at the same time needs moisture, right? So so unfortunately I have to, make sure that I do something to it, because at the beginning when I first went natural, I would always wash my hair every single week, right? And it helped, to train my hair, right? Because a lot of ladies have asked me, how do I train my hair? How do I train? How do I train, right? So the best way to train your hair is by, washing it every single week, and then afterwards, let's say your hair feels nice, it feels moisturized, it looks better, it breaks less. Excuse me. Yeah, so your hair looks better and it feels better, then you can reduce it a bit. So maybe instead of co-washing midweek, you can go the whole week without co-washing. And then maybe instead of washing every week, maybe you can wash every 10 days, or you can wash every 2 weeks, right? Because at least your hair has been trained, right? To hold on to moisture longer, because your hair before was lacking in some nutrients and some things that your hair needs to stay healthy. Okay, so I posted the link in the comment section, and I'm gonna post it again in the description of the live video for those that's gonna be watching me, well, that's gonna be watching the replay. Okay, so I believe that concludes today's kickoff webinar. So again, thank you, ladies, for joining me. So I'm supposed to take Q&As, but it doesn't look like I have any question. But before I go, though, I just want to make sure that you ladies are good and you don't have any question for me, because I'm just checking to see if any question came in. But excuse me, I tried to brought my water, but I guess I forgot it. Okay, so any question for me regarding the checklist, or regarding the 30 days moisture retention blueprint? Any question? All right. So it doesn't look like I have any question. So again, thank you, ladies, for joining me live. I know for a lot of you it's quite late. So again, I'm gonna be sending out an email during this weekend, because I might come back on Saturday morning for a quick one. All right, Melissa, thank you. Okay, so again, thank you for joining me live, and I'll see you ladies in the next live, which probably might be this weekend, so Saturday or Sunday. So see you ladies, and thank you. Bye bye.